Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to segment number 2 of our June regional celebration, celebrating summer fun. Well, speaking of fun, beauty, and brilliance, we wanted to bring you a special summer edition. You can see her all over Facebook. She is known as Jackie before and after. She is amazing. She is a woman of incredible authenticity, integrity, and brilliance. Jackie Alves comes to us from the state of Arizona. She is a Jafra director, a leader of leaders, consultants, and clients. She has had a passion for makeup and beauty, and she'll tell you that story. She is also the co-founder of one of the most beautiful beauty bars I've ever been into in my entire life in Yuma, Arizona. She is also the head educator of the Beauty Bar Makeup Academy. Jackie Alves had a before and an after dream of that beauty bar. This is her and her co-founder, Denise Miller, also a Jafra leader in the before and the afters of this incredible beauty bar. I know many of you out there have been there, had a makeover, and just had your breath taken away. Jackie is bringing us tonight in our special edition. I've been focused on dreams. We've had authors like Shafika, BJ Strami. Tonight, Jackie's story of her dream of being a makeup artist to creating now, bringing out the dreams of her makeup artist dream team. She does this from her heart. It's a beautiful story about each of her makeup artists and the passion they have behind makeup. But on top of it, you can see all of this beautiful makeup here. They are a place that really teaches color matching and skincare, and together will explode your sales. You don't need to be a makeup artist to be at your best on customer care and long-term relationships. So let's take away from me and let's take you to our beautiful makeup educator, our very own, lucky us, Jafra leader. Please help me welcome Jackie Alves.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Jackie. Welcome. Take it away.
I'm assuming you can hear me okay. Yeah, you know, you have those important times and then it never fails. You forgot to plug in a speaker or something. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. And Jackie, especially thank you for giving me the spotlight and allowing me to share my passion with everybody. You know, color matching is my gig. I learned it a long time ago. I've been in the beauty industry actually for 30 years this year. I got my first gig when I was 17 in Las Vegas doing makeup at as most of you already know, Glamour Shots of all places. And it was definitely the best place ever to begin a makeup career. I have a lot of people ask me, do you have a license, or, you know, did you go to beauty school? No, I did not. They say, how'd you learn how to do makeup? Did you just watch YouTube videos? I'm like, dude, I'm almost 50 now. So I just learned hands-on. You know, I learned everything that I know by learning what not to do. And I share that with you guys all the time. Most of you that know me know that Lauren is actually my fourth and last husband. And so I am the expert in what not to do in marriage. So now I'm the best wife ever. So I feel the same way about makeup artistry, skincare, color matching. I learned what not to do through those years. And now you don't have to learn what not to do. I can tell you what to do and what is going to help you immensely and give you great small pointers. So as Jackie said, you don't have to be a makeup artist. I promise you this. You just need to have a drive to want to be on your game and serve your clients and be the very best in your field, in your area, in what you're doing in Jafra. And that's different for all of us. That's one of my favorite things about Jafra is they truly do allow you to be you, which was our slogan a few years ago, the freedom to be you. And it's true. You don't have to touch anybody's face or do anything with makeup at all. You can simply sell skincare. You can be a full-blown makeup artist. It just doesn't matter, but I'm going to show you some tricks, some tips, and some amazing pointers on how to make extra money no matter who you are or where you are in your Jafra career. So I know that some of you just saw some beautiful photos of the beauty bar that I co-founded with Denise Miller. And a lot of you have known me from before when I was with my bestie, Norma Lopez. She's my Jafra mom. And my team, she's the Jafra grandma. We love her, and she taught me so much of what I know about business. And so in that little beauty bar with her before, I learned a lot of what has brought me through to this gigantic beauty bar, which is truly, you know, it's like a dream come true. But one thing I want you all to know, because I know that none of you have a giant beauty bar like this. If you do, girl, call me. We got to talk. I got to come see it. That's awesome. But I don't think that you do have a large beauty bar. So I want you to understand that it's not necessary. I just call it very expensive bait. Really, I just want Jafra consultants. Like my makeup team loves to do wedding makeup and quinceañeras and sweet 16s and all the things. And I just really want you to try this moisturizer. This is why I want you to come in the door, because this is going to save everything. But, you know, you guys know sometimes it's a rough gig, right? And there's so many skincare lines and there's so much makeup out there. So what makes us different? So I'm going to show you how to bring the spirit of the beauty bar. And what I do here, my favorite thing, color matching, which is super simple. I'm, like I said, almost 50. I don't want to be on my feet for 2 hours doing eyeshadow anymore. I want to do a quick color match so I can show you skincare. And now you're my client forever, not just my client for the day because I did your makeup one time. So I want you to understand that you need a few things in your kit, okay? You're not a professional makeup artist and you don't need to be. Let's even say I'm not one. That's quite all right. But what you want to have in your Jafra kit is you want to make sure you have some essentials. You want to have some boost wipes. And this is your Jafra kit to service clients. I'm not saying you're getting ready to go to a party, just you're going to meet with a client. So some things that you're going to want to make sure you have: some Jafra boost wipes, a longevity balm, or this month, because it's on sale, buy one, get one, right? The Milk Balm Advance. Woo, yeah, buy one, get one. You know what that means for us? It's like buy one, get four. So you're going to want to have that. You're going to want to have some type of sanitizer because you're going to use brushes or allow them to use brushes. You don't have to do anybody's makeup. You don't have to touch anybody's face, but they can use your things if they're going to sample some of your things. So just some alcohol spray. This is just rubbing alcohol. I could spray it onto a paper towel or tissue and run my brush through it. That sanitizes it. Now come with them clean, come with clean brushes and let the client use them. But say maybe they have a friend and they're like, well, she wants to try the blush. So you can give it a quick run through with some rubbing alcohol if you don't have a quick dry brush cleaner. Okay. Also, that can sanitize anything that maybe fell on the floor and you're in a coffee shop. You don't have time to wash it. So that's going to sanitize just about everything for you. You're also going to want to make sure you bring a primer, the Jafra all-in-one primer. We'll talk about that in a minute. Bring a few foundations. Bring your favorite formula. Bring 3 formulas. It doesn't matter, but just have some mid-range and maybe have an idea of what shade your potential new client is. So you can just bring a couple from the medium range. You don't have to come stacked with all the things. And if you didn't know, the Jafra Always foundations, you could buy the little testers in our business section, non-retail. You can get all those little testers for 25 bucks, I think. Make sure you've got a translucent powder. We've got lots of good powders to choose from, but you can rest assured this is going to match any person, any shade. I promise you, the deepest shades I've used this on. You're going to want to make sure you have concealer. Now you can bring 3 or 4. I tend to keep like a light, medium, and deep around at all times because you can mix them if you're not correct. You're going to want to have a blush. I love me some enlightened blush. Jafra with your blushes. Yes, they're fabulous. You're going to want a lip gloss. I love the Royal Ruby lip gloss because It's not a true red when you put it on by itself. It just adds a pop of color and you're done. Okay. And then you will want a setting spray, my friends. So take note of how many of those products were Jafra products that you can actually sell. I think the only thing I showed that you cannot sell is rubbing alcohol. Maybe you can sell it if you own a drugstore. I don't know. Some brushes you'll want to bring are the brushes that coordinate with the products I just showed you. Jafra's brushes are fantastic, like some of the best I've ever used in my life. So you want a powder brush. You'll want a foundation brush. You'll want your blush brush. You'll also want a concealer brush. And then I prefer to bring a few disposables along the way. And these little lip brushes are great because they will be trying the lip gloss. So this is great to dip right in there. Okay. So we're good to go on what you may want to pack in your little Jafra kit. This would be your color match kit. You could even keep one separate for yourself for on the go color match appointments, or a girlfriend wants to come by and get a color match. Can I please tell you why color matching appointments are so amazing right now? What drew my attention to this was during the pandemic, people were asking me if I was still doing color matches because they couldn't find a foundation anywhere to save their lives. Okay, I don't know if you've seen online, there is a company called Al Maquillage. It's I-L and M-A-K-I-A-G-E, El Maquillage, whatever you want to call it. And they guarantee a match perfect every time because they ask you a bazillion questions. So there's an option for women to shop online to get color matches that are guaranteed perfect. So I tried it because I love quizzes. That's how where they get us. Don't we love quizzes online? So I took their quiz and I actually purchased their foundation for my own benefit to see how well they could match me, because I just wanted to know who my competition was. I try lots of different brands to know what is out there so I can guide and direct my clients with wisdom and knowledge. All right. Not just, ew, I don't like it because it doesn't say Jafra. If they say, how does this compare to this? I want to give them a great answer instead of, I don't care. Jafra's just great. I want to say, you know what? This one has fragrance. So that's what's great about Jafra is this one doesn't have fragrance in it, et cetera, et cetera. So I purchased Eye Maquillage, $50 after shipping, I believe. And I got it and it was disgusting. And I'm not exaggerating just because I love Jafra. It was literally horrible. And it was orangish green. We couldn't decide what color it was. Julissa, who works with me here at the beauty bar and is on my team, said it looks like it might be green. We couldn't figure out what was wrong with it, but it was just wrong. So I then had to send it back. But now I know that you cannot get a perfect match online, no matter how much they guarantee. And Julissa tried it and it wasn't bad on her, but she didn't like the formula. Her formula was different. So maybe the match is good, but you don't know what the formula is going to feel like or smell like. All right. So I went from one extreme to the other. I ran over to the drugstore and I purchased Elf because it's $6 and I wanted to try it, because what you do when you're choosing one of the drugstore or, you know, Target or Walmart brands is you look at the wall of death, right? Like 422 bazillion shades, and you have to choose one. You also have to choose the formula by the description. Like, do I have dry skin? Dewy finish. What's a dewy finish? The heck is dewy, right? So sometimes you don't even know what they're talking about. Sometimes it's not a good description. So I got it. And actually the shade on this $6 foundation matched me perfectly, but I had to guess by looking in frosted glass, right? So I wasn't sure. And it was really one of the few left on the shelf. There was about 5 out of 12 left. So I thought, I'll try it at $6. It matched perfectly, but you know what? It smells like my great grandma's deodorant. There is so much fragrance in here. I don't know what they put in this stuff, but I literally, my eyes were burning and I felt like I'd sprayed my face with deodorant and I couldn't wait to get it off, even though the shade was beautiful. So that's, I share that with you to say, from one extreme to the other, we have so much to offer with a service like Color Match that can be very simple. So I want to show you how to do that because your clients will love you. Your potential clients will flock to you if they know that you're going to do a color match with a product that's guaranteed, because I tell my clients, it may look perfect right now, but maybe when you get in the sunlight, you're on your way to work, you see yourself in the rearview mirror and you go, I wish I would have got a little bit lighter. Call me, girl, let's exchange that for you. That's my job, is to make sure that you are happy and as thrilled as I am with your product. So I'm going to take good care of you, and that they will stay with you forever for that. So color matching with a product that's guaranteed, you can't go wrong. So let's try to get it on their face. That's why I'm showing you these points today. Now, as beautiful as our new catalog is, as much as I love it, and it's, you know, full color, it's got the ring in it. I mean, seriously, it's like a coffee table book. I keep it out for decoration in the beauty bar. It's so incredibly beautiful. But these are the shades. This is showing our matte foundations, and it's very close. But honestly, this is paper, not skin. And it doesn't matter how close they get, it's not showing you a true match. So if you're simply selling foundations to your clients out of a book, you are doing yourself and your client a big injustice. If you simply just would get maybe the Always little packet first, and then maybe begin to invest maybe 1 or 2 foundations every order. Maybe you can't afford to get them all at the same time, and that's okay. I don't even have every single one. I just have the ones I know that I need, but maybe 1 or 2 every time you place an order. And that's a great investment, and that's a business write-off for you as well, because it's a business tool. Okay, so then you've got them to put on your clients. With your foundations, you guys, you may be saying, I'm unfamiliar with shades and I don't know how to put them on the person. That's okay. I want you to get your foundations that you have available to you. And even if you do get those little Always foundations, or you order a few of the mattes, put them on your own skin, put them on yourself, make stripes, take a photo, write yourself out a little cheat sheet, and write from lightest to deepest. This and this and this. Don't trust numbers. Don't trust letters and descriptions. Trust what you see with your naked eye, because that's going to be your best friend. And you'll feel a lot less confused when you write those all down. This is the lightest to the deepest, and you can put a W or a G or whatever you want next to it to remind yourself that's warm, but that's got gold, or a P for this actually has a little bit of pink, which is going to be kind of rare. It's not easy to find those. So make yourself a cheat sheet so you are familiar with the foundations that you have in possession, that you've seen with your naked eye, that you can help your client with. I really suggest you get a few if possible. Okay, I do like to work with the matte line because it works on every skin type. That's another thing. It's not just about shade, it's about how it works. And there is no SPF in this one, which is good if you've got a client who's allergic or hates any type of sunscreen. Now, if they need it, you know you've got options with Always, and you've got Radiance. If they don't want matte and they want a dewy finish, that means sort of that more moist look, you've got Radiance as an option. But this is going to be great for your initial color match meeting or appointment with them, also because this one is so affordable. I love to point out that this is very similar to Estee Lauder's Double Wear Foundation, which is #1 selling foundation globally, and it's $47 right now, and ours is sometimes on sale for as low as $15. I love to point that out. Women go nuts. They're like, I'll take 2. It's fantastic. All right, so enough about shades and formulas. Let's get into the color match appointment, okay? So what you would have your client do first is take off their makeup from the eyes down, from under their eyes down. Sorry, they leave on their eyes, their brows, their forehead. And I just hand them a couple of boost wipes. And I tell them, just go ahead and remove from under your eyes down. This takes out the factor that you need to be a makeup artist to put on their eyeshadow and fix their eyebrows if they're gone. You don't have to. They're going to leave them on. Now, they're going to remove and remove. It's not going to remove everything. It's okay. This is a quick color match appointment. But as they're removing it, make sure you tell them, I love these boost wipes. They're so fantastic. They're not just a makeup wipe. They're actually cleanse and tone wipes. They have skincare in them. I love these things. And she's wiping and she's going, oh, yes, I like that. I should have these. Right? So she's making a mental note. Already she's shopping in her mind because you're telling her about products as you go. And then you say, okay, I'm going to give you just a little bit of moisturizer. I just want to do a little bit of skin prep before we go into foundation. So I'm going to give you just a little pump of this amazing longevity balm or whatever you've got. Like I said, show the advanced, the Royal Jelly Advanced Milk Balm, because that's what's on sale this month, if that's what you'd like to feature because of the sale. I don't tend to use the cream at a color match appointment because it's rich and I like it to be lightweight under that foundation application. And I tell them that if they have dry skin, we have something way more rich, but for today, I'm going to show you this one. Couple of pumps, maybe just one on your hand if you're going to put it on them. And I do. I'm in Arizona where it's perfectly okay for me to apply skincare and makeup on people. If you don't want to do it because you're uncomfortable or you're not sure about the licensing in your state, according to the State Board of Cosmetology, it's okay. Put it on their fingers. No big deal. Tell them rub it on, rub it in really good. Get your neck. There you go. Now, what I want to do before I go to your primer is I'm going to do a quick little striping test right here because I think that you might be, what did I bring? I think you might be natural, but you know, you also might be muslin. So I'm going to check out those two. So you would take a little bit of each one and you can work with a little palette on the back of your hand. Sometimes if I've forgotten one, like I just did today, I forgot to bring one into the studio with myself, I'll use the back of a palette and I could squirt a little tiny, tiny dot of each color here. So I would put neutral and or natural and muslin, right? And then you could give her a little brush and tell her to make a stripe. You could tell her to put her finger in it. Me, I put my finger in it and I make a stripe on her face because I've already sanitized my hands. And you guys, most of you understand how I feel about that. We're this close to their face. We're already practically sharing oxygen. I'm okay touching her face, but if you're not, that's okay too. So you can give her a brush and you can wear a mask, whatever you need to do to make yourself feel more comfortable, mostly to make your client feel comfortable though, honestly. So a couple of dots of that foundation, you could use your blush. If you forgot, you know, a palette like I did, you could put it anywhere. You've got your alcohol spray, you could sanitize it real quick and wipe it off with a napkin. All right, so we're going to try those two stripes. Now what I do is I hand her a handheld mirror and I say, I really like this one. What do you think? And she goes, oh, yeah, I like that one. So involve her in the decision-making process, okay? Okay, we like that one. So I may take the foundation brush and buff it off. If I got too much, I'll take another boost wipe and take it off real quick. No big deal, because I've only got this patch. I'll say, okay, I'm going to do a little bit of primer first. Shake it up. I'm going to put it in her hands. Tell her to go like this and just begin to rub it on below the eyes, right? That's where we're working. Go ahead and rub that in. This is an all-in-one primer. I love this because it goes with water-based or silicone-based foundations. You don't have, there's no guesswork on what primer goes with what. This literally is all in one. I know it's different than you're used to because it's a little more thin. It's not really thick and cakey. This is actually really, really good because it's breathable. Don't pack stuff into your pores. I know it looks good when you're smearing everything on. You're like, oh, my pores disappeared. But honestly, this is really good for your skin to be able to breathe through this. I know it's a change from what we're used to using all the time, but it's so much better for our skin. All right, next, after your primer's in there, I'm going to give you some of that natural that we decided was better out of the two. I'm going to put a little bit on my palette here. Now, if you want to do the makeup for her, go for it. If not, you can have her do it, hand her the brush and have her go in. Okay, tell her just a little bit goes a long way, especially of our matte. Go ahead and blend that in real nice and even. And she's looking in the mirror and she's blending. Then you tell her, all right, so we're done with foundation. We're going to set that in with powder real quick. I love this color. Are you cool with this color? She's, yes, this is the best thing I've ever seen. Well, let's set it in with some powder. Let's do a little bit of translucent. I give her the compact and the brush. I tell her, swirl it around, tap it off, and give yourself some swirls just to set it in. So there she goes. And I go, you know what? We've balanced everything out. All the redness is gone. Your skin looks amazing. Let's pop a little bit of color back in there. Let's do some blush. I'm going to give you this awesome, one of my favorite blushes. We're just gonna tap it in there a couple times, and I'm gonna have you apply it from back to front. Most of the shade is gonna get back here towards the temple and fade towards the nose, okay? So she goes in, she does her blush. I'm gonna tell her, you know what, we also have a concealer that matches really well with your foundation. We won't use it today, but I wanted to let you know it's available if you need it for under eyes. I don't like to work with concealer on the fly with my clients because maybe their skin's in bad shape, or maybe they still have some residue left because they only used a boost wipe, and a heavy concealer will make them look worse. And they'll be like, that stuff gives me wrinkles. So, you know, if they're not prepped properly, I like to avoid this, but I'll bring it so that they can see shades. We can try on the back of hand if they want, so that they know that that is available, because it's an important piece of your foundational elements. All right, next, I tell them, let's pop some color on those lips. I'm just going to give you this red lip gloss. Don't panic, it's not really red. It just adds some great pigment because, you know, we took everything off your lips. You can go ahead and do your lipstick later if you want, but I'm just going to show you this too because it's amazing. It's super moist. It's got royal jelly in it. And see, I'm doing this so I can show you, in case you didn't know, that it's not really bright red. Okay, see, it's actually a great lip shade, but it will give them a little bit of gloss and moisture back in their lips. And I always tell them it's one of our best lip glosses. This stuff is incredible. And they're like, oh, that does feel amazing. Now I want you to go ahead and set. I'm just going to have you do one, maybe right across here, maybe two at the most, squirts of the setting spray. Hold it about an arm's length away and just give yourself a quick set. And grab your sale brochure that you've got there and give her a little fan. Just fan it dry and she'll be like, oh yes, welcome summer. This feels much better. And now you have shown her the setting spray. Say, this is a great moisturizing setting spray. It's got coconut water and aloe. It feels amazing on the skin. And if she's over 50 and already having hot flashes, she's going to be like, give me 17 bottles of that. So that's a great thing to bring. So also when I show them the concealer, you know, I let them know we have a great concealer brush too. So application's really easy with this. So I was able to bring it in without even applying it. All right, so can somebody tell me how many Jafra products I used? You can just put it in the chat real quick if anybody happened to be counting. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and count. I used 1. Evelyn says 7, Teresa says 10, I think Ashley said 12. We got lots of answers. So let's count. 1, I feel like the count on Sesame Street. 1, 1 pack of Boost wipes. All right, next is the moisturizer that we used. Your choice, okay? Next, we had primer, foundation, powder, blush. We had concealer, even though I didn't even apply it on the face. We had lip gloss. We had setting spray. And we had the 4 brushes that I was able to bring in to talk about. Evelyn says, I forgot powder. So we had 4 of our brushes. So how many was that total? Debbie's saying 16. Michelle says 14. Teresa says 13. So we're close. We're close. All right. So now when you meet with somebody and you show them a foundation, Betty says 13, including brushes. When you have a client who's excited to do a color match and wants to see a foundation, you absolutely can opt to show them a book or even a sale brochure, and they can blindly choose a shade, and you can guide them with the pictures in here, and you can order their foundation and sell it to them for average $25. And you can have $12.50 in your pocket. And you can have a client who will run out of her foundation in maybe 6 months and spend another $12.50 with you in 6 months. So in total, she will have spent $25 with you this year. Woo, doggies. Don't spend it all in one place. Or if you were able to show her these products, and let's say that she decided to take them all, we will even not include the moisturizer, okay? Because maybe you showed her that this is just moisturizer. This is an amazing set that usually comes together, and I want to talk to you about that. So let's talk about that, and that might be a separate conversation. All right, so let's exclude that. But let's talk about everything else that you could sell at that appointment right then and there, and women will take it. They love it because it all relates. Everything relates to each other. Primer obviously needs a foundation, and foundation obviously needs a powder. Okay, so and I'm going to average every single price because sometimes it's on sale and sometimes it's not. So let's say $12 for Boost wipes. Betty, will you be my secretary? $12. Let's say 20 for primer. I believe it retails for 23. Let's just say 20. It's on sale a lot. Let's say 20 for foundation. Then that's lowballing because our other two are higher. Okay. Let's say 30 for powder. I believe it's 32 or 3 now, but let's just say 30. Let's say 12 for concealer. Let's say 18 for blush. Let's say 15 for lip gloss. I believe it's 20 now, but it's on sale a lot too. And let's say 20 for setting spray, which I believe is 23. The concealer brush will say 13. The foundation brush, let's say 15. Notice I'm going a few bucks under everything, just in case of a sale. Let's say 15 for the blush brush, and let's say 16 for the powder brush. Betty, can you tell me my total?
206.
$206 for everything we used at a color match session minus skincare. So you could have $103 in your pocket, and that's if everything was on sale. You could have $103 or $12.50. You would also have a client who was able to ask you tons of questions about, oh, do you have a mascara? Oh, can you help me with my brows? And OMG, that moisturizer that you used on me, tell me about the set that you mentioned, because I got to get my paws on that. And if you didn't have time at your color match, you can say, you know what, you have to try it. Let's get together on Saturday before you head out to soccer practice with the kids. I want you to be able to experience a facial, and that volcanic mask is ridiculous. You have to try it. So that's a great way to get back together with her if she didn't have time today. So $206. Thank you to the lovely Betty. And again, remember, I lowballed everything. So I hope everybody can see value in all of that. One more thing that I would like to share with you before I have to go, Jackie, thanks for letting me go a little over time, is how to get one of these booked. Well, let me tell you something. If this is one of the new things you're doing, you have the biggest advantage over anybody like me who's been doing it forever, because you get to get on the horn with your entire client list and every neighbor you ever wished you ever spoke to but didn't, and say, I just learned how to do color matching with this master makeup artist who's been doing makeup for 30 years. I had a training with her and she taught us how to do this incredible color matching thing. Can I use you? You've got to see our foundations there. It's on sale this month anyway. And I want to show you. And plus, give me great practice. And I have a gift for you. If you let me, I have this, whatever you have extra in stock, I have this for you, a glass, you know, something that's inexpensive. I'll give you this. And can I go ahead and set that up? It'll only take like 30 minutes. Can I set that up with you on Saturday? Do you have any time next week? Whatever. Do you have any idea how many appointments you can have booked by the end of the day? If you just called everybody and everybody wants a color match, one of the things that you need to remember in this business is everybody is married to their skincare, but everyone will date their foundation. You can send them on a first date with a new foundation almost every time, because women are always looking. Even if they're satisfied and happy, they want to see if there's something else better. It's bait, okay? You think of me and you think of makeup, but I'm telling you, I am a skincare nut. And it's only to get you to try skincare that I even ramped up my makeup game in the first place. It's just more bait. So I promise you, you guys, if you start doing this and you show all of these products and you only sold 2 or 3, but you made 10 appointments, holy cracker jacks. Really?
That was fast math. Let's see, that's $1,500 potential.
That's it. Exactly. Thank you, wizard. Jackie the Wizard.
I love numbers.
Before I go, I want to tell you guys something that's been on my mind for you since Jackie asked me to do this. And it's become really apparent to me lately that sometimes we take a lot of trainings and we can take a lot of things away with us. But to really dive in and go for what we said we were going to do in this business, I want to encourage all of you to remember why you even set out to begin this business. What are you doing here and what do you want? And I want to encourage you, don't find any excuses to not accomplish that. Don't give yourself a way out. Dig in and nail this to the wall. I recently discovered that I can't take the hip hop dance classes anymore that I've been dying to take. I used to be an aerobic instructor and I specialize in hip hop aerobics. Rap and hip hop are one of my favorite types of music, and there is a local dance company that has hip hop every single week, and I had wanted to join since I moved to Yuma 6 years ago. And they meet every Thursday, and I found every excuse not to go, and everything came up, and I didn't have time, and it's hot, and all of this, and I never went. And about 2 months ago, my knees started really hurting, which is normal. You know, I work on cement. I've been wearing heels a lot my whole life. And my knees started crunching a few months ago, and now my right knee hurts really bad. And to the point that I don't even jump as much when I worship in church because I'm one of the crazies. So that has affected me not being able to do what I had put off for the past 6 years, and what I figured tomorrow will always come. I can always do it tomorrow. Well, guess what? I can't. Something happened that now prevents me from doing what I always wanted to do. So I want to encourage all of you, do not wait, dig in, strike while the iron is hot, and you have all of this fresh in your mind. Call those clients and be the woman that you always wanted to be. I believe in all of you, and I hope that you have mad success with this.
Jackie Alves. So we're getting comments for those of you that are watching the recording. Oh my gosh, best training. Thank you. You're amazing. I said authentic. I said absolutely inspirational and an incredible trainer, but she trains from her heart and she loves on makeup, but she loves on people. And it's just a door opener to relationships in her life for many multiple reasons, from spiritual to physical, to really building a business of clients. We had the privilege, many of us were at the Beauty Bar off and on throughout their different events they've hosted. And Jackie, I can just say from my heart, you've been in Jeff, is it 5 years? Did you hit 5? You're close, right? 6, it was, okay. And I've had the privilege to watch Jackie grow. And everything she just said is so true. She took risks. She was doing crazy things on social media when maybe it was somewhat new 5, 6 years ago. And this dream of, you know, from seeing Norma's Beauty Bar to what Jackie has evolved into, you just have to walk in and just feel it. And then to have the privilege this fall to be at her beauty bar, as Julie's was telling her story about she's living her dream in her 20s of being a makeup artist at the beauty bar. And you just saw what we're all about. You don't need a beauty bar in a building. You are a beauty bar on wheels. and really empowering people with the opportunity to have this business, to have a skill, to have something they love, and to look and love themselves. Jackie Alves, you teach us so much every day. So please, on Facebook, go find her. Before and after with Jackie, go find her because you want to follow her. And she gave you a perfect color set today. And look at page 6 in the action. Are you kidding me right now? Like literally a setting spray, the foundation, the blush, and a primer are sitting there for you as a host offer to have a color matching training session for yourself. So you can use it with your host, but you can purchase this consultant price $52 retail. This is your time to take advantage of the products that she taught us. So from all of us, thank you so much. Beautiful Jackie Alves, for all that you bring to all of us. And thank you for making Jafra the home of the beauty bar is really Jafra Cosmetics. We just so appreciate that because you do more branding than most of us could ever imagine with social media in the beautiful town of Yuma. And I have a feeling you have big dreams to do even more. So thank you so much. Jackie Alves, thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Jackie.